Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name's Karen and today I'm here to show you how to construct the Pretty Padlock Gift Box. Okay, there are a few pieces to this. You do have your instructions, as you know, in your die set. So I'm going to leave those to one side at the moment and just talk you through the die set. Now, the instructions do tell you to cut 2 of this piece, but I actually prefer to cut 4 because it'll become apparent when we come to put it together. So you've got 4 of this one. One base, obviously there. You've got, these are your curved pieces for the top of the lid of the box. You need 2 of those. You need 4 of this front piece. That's going to be the front of the box itself. And then you need 2 of this as well. Everything else is decoration and we will come to that in good time. So I'm just going to pop this to one side and we will make a start. So I'm going to start with the top of the box. These are the handle pieces. I've already jumped ahead of myself and I've glued the 2 of the handles together, but you press out the little glue tabs either side like this. So I just thought I was making it for packaging and not a prep to come down. So that's that one there. The next pieces you need are these. So you've got, like I mentioned, 4 of them. There's my 4 of those and my handles and my 2 pieces. Now this one is the only one that you need to decorate before you put it all together. So this piece here is the decoration for the top, but because the handles get threaded through, you're not going to be able to place that afterwards. I mean, with a paper layer like this, you can just curve that and push that through. But if you had your doubled layer with all nice paper piecing and things on, there's no way you're getting that through. So we're just going to glue that onto one of them to begin with. So I'll just pop a little bit of glue on the back of that. Place that down centrally so you can see the gaps either side there, and try and get it as neat and even as you can. Then we are going to thread our handles through. Now this is our top one because we've just put the pattern layer on it. So just thread your handles through, just there, open them out and pop a bit of glue to hold those in place. So just a little dab either side. I have made the mistake and I haven't got a glue with a fine nozzle on it. I'm going to rectify that momentarily. I always worry I'm going to put too much glue down if I don't use them now. I'm so used to using them. Right, just a little bit that side there, and we can put that to one side to dry. Okay, yeah, that's holding. Right, we're just going to put that to one side to dry a second. I'm going to get myself another glue with a nice fine nozzle on it. Here we go. This one's almost empty, goodness me. Let's make sure we're not blocked. And we will carry on. There we are, that one's not blocked. Okay, put that to one side. Right, so next step then is to overlap these so you've got the glue tab either side, because you can see it's the same piece that you cut into of, so you just turn one around and overlap him, and then that way you can secure your handles right inside and it just neatens that right up. So we'll pop some glue on the inside of this. There we go. And definitely a bit over the top of the handles. There we go, that's better. Line that up, and the best way to do that is to line up the handle holes, so you'll be able to see those through from one piece to the other, and I can see I've got those just lined up there, and that will give you a perfect border either side then for your glue tabs. So just press that down. So we are going to curve these slightly. Now it does make it a lot easier because these have got these rows of dots, and that just curves basically without you having any straight lines going into it at all. It's a very easy piece to curve. So fold all your score lines there. They're obviously all put in from your die set. And fold the little tabs there that are all going to overlap each other. Those there. And the same on the other side. Just fold them all over. There we go. Now we're going to, with this one, rather than just, this is why we've got 4. So if you only had 2, like the instructions say, you'll end up having to line up here and try and form that curve. So rather than do that, we're going to glue one on the inside. So I'm going to turn it over so the inside looks nice, and I'm going to glue that down either side, making sure that I'm nice and central with that. So you can use tape for this layer if you wanted to, but personally I'm just going to glue it. So I'm going to start on the one side, just here. Just make sure I'm central. Yes, I am. Just at the edge there, and bring them around. So a little dot of glue on each of these, and just bring those around. You can hold this central piece here in place and then hold those glue tabs down, and they'll glue all one over the top of each other, so you can just see them there. Just hold that in place just for a few seconds, and that'll take. And the next one then is straight across this one, the larger central glue tab. Bring that across, put that in place, and again just hold them down. Give them a little time when you're using wet glue. Be kind to your glue. So the same again, I'm going to put some glue on all of these. Hold that in place and pop a tiny dab on these ones because they're only little glue tabs, and then a bit for the end there. So again, getting this one into position and letting these ones curve where they want to. Basically they'll all fall in a nice way, and you can just let them glue. It doesn't matter which order they go in. You don't need to put the outer 2 down and the middle one across, and it just goes where it goes because we are covering these, of course. So the same for the other side. We do the same again. So put a bit of glue on the end one first to establish that shape. We just come up to the edge there. Come on. There we go. Hold that one down. Give him a little few seconds just to catch, and we can carry on. Okay, so our 3 little curving tabs there, and I think I'm going to go straight across, you know, on this one. There we go. So you can pop that one into position, hold that down while these ones catch as well. hold them all into position there. I feel like sometimes I need to be an octopus with some of these glue tabs. I could do with an extra couple of hands, or let my glue set a little bit longer perhaps. We do tell you to be kind to your glue, but it is quite difficult when you're making something and I'm trying to show you how to do it and I want to skip on to the next step. I'm never kind enough to my glue, I should say. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more on the end there, because I've moved him too much. Okay. Shall we be kind to it this time? Perhaps Leo can speed me up a bit. That would be nice. And the reason you can use tape on this layer is because you're going to glue another layer to the top of it anyway. So it's not really, you're sandwiching that tape in between another lot of glue. So just make sure you catch the edges here, and we'll pop this one just on top, right the way around the edge, a bit more in the center and around that keyhole. Okay, pop this one on, line up the keyhole, and that should mean that everything else should be lined up. So there's the one. Now you can decorate these flat should you want to, but they're quite simple to glue. I'm only using pattern paper. I've been a little bit cheeky and taking the simple way out and doing the pattern paper one again. So that's the one I prepped for making down here with you. So a bit of glue across the centre there, around that keyhole. Lovely. And we will just put that into position. Line the keyhole up first, which then in turn makes sure that this is all lined up. And press them together. And that is your lid made. Okay, on to the base then. We can leave that to one side to dry nicely. Onto the base. So it tells you you need 4 of these and 2 sides and a base. So fold all of your score lines first and your glue tabs. There's that one. That's the base. These are the sides. So this one is going to come back on itself, and this one is going to fold under because it's going to attach to the base. And you just need to give this a little bit before I fold those side tabs over. I'm just going to give it a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of curving with my precision glide folder. And I'm not really doing too much to it, just rubbing my thumb along, and that'll give that a little bit of shape there. It just helps to start adhering that to the 2 sides. Okay, fold all of these glue tabs in. Make sure they are nicely pressed and all, you get a nice straight edge there. Okay, that's that one, and the same with the other one. Fold that in and fold these along, and the other side exactly the same. I should have done one of these already, shouldn't I? You should have to watch me do it twice. Okay, now the instructions tell you that you need to, the reason we've got 4 again is because we're going to establish our shape by gluing this to the outside and then put in another one on top to neaten that up. So it does seem to be the easiest way to make these things. So we're going to start at the top there and bring that all the way down. So if I get my glue, a little bit in that top one, we're going to let that one set before we go ahead with the curve, because we know that our glue likes to pop when we're using wet glue. So we'll just hold him into position a bit longer. Press him down and pray to the glue gods. There we go, he seems to be sticking. So we're going to go down and add some glue to each of these tabs. Again, if you wanted to do this section with tape, you can, because you're going to be putting another one on top and gluing that in, so you're sandwiching those glue tabs in between the two. So I'm just doing 2 at a time. Pop another one down. I put glue on 3 of them and hoping for the best, so that seems to be okay. So we can carry on going. I'll do another 2 there and hold those down. You can always give them a final press, because your glue kind of it soaks into the cardstock, so it starts to get a little bit tackier after a few seconds. So it's nice sometimes to just put your glue on and give it a couple of seconds before you go back and press it, to give it time to sort of start to get tacky. Right, let's keep going. I'm going to put the glue onto my last couple. So I've got 3 left, so I'm going to do all 3 and bring that around, and you will finish just at the base. So I'm going to hold that base one there, and I'm going to try and get my fingers just inside there to hold those down. You do want to rush ahead, and you really can't, unfortunately. I am trying. Just press against your finger on the inside there. Okay, so that's 1. Then I'm going to give them a nice press just with my precision glide folder, and that will definitely make sure that they're all stuck really well. Okay, so now for the base. So I'm going to add my base next, because I want to be able to sandwich that in between as well. So let's pop that, put a glue on there and line that up, so you know that it's got to be this side because it's the one without the glue tab. So I'll just get that one lined up. And then when we bring the next side around, we'll be ready to glue that tab down, so we know that we can get that in there. So we can do the one side, and then it's just the opposite side to go. So bring that around and glue him down. Okay, being kind to my glue. Give it a press from the inside. When you press from the inside as well, what that does, it spreads any glue that you've got there, so it'll spread it out as well, and that'll give it a nice flatter, sort of more even finish for you. So the next one, it's telling me in my instructions to make this again. So I'm going to be able to put that on the one side, and that'll be, you think you're doing the same thing and just flipping them. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to put some glue on this first one, and we're going to let that one dry again. So the next step then is to glue these two together. So I'm going to start by gluing this tab again to the base. So we'll just line that up. Oops. Onto there. And put these around. Sorry for the opening of doors. We have some visitors. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, I'm cutting as well. You cutting. I've just got that base secured the same as that side, and then we can glue those glue tabs down again. So we're going to start at the top only because it's easier to get that straight glue tab on first. So the one with a straighter edge is the one that glues flat to there. So just make sure all of your glue tabs are all there, ready to go. And we can, there we go, glue this one down. So just push into the angle there. You can push your thumbnail into there and hold him in place. Okay. And of course you do need to press up against something. So this is, like I say, this is the only layer that you can do with double-sided tape should you need to. I'm going to glue the base this side as well, because that's another flat glue tab that will be adhering. Oh man, should have done the base first, shouldn't I? I mean, don't worry if they do come apart, it's just another little dab of glue on there. I should have done the base first so I could get my hand inside. So we will just pop another little bit there. And if you have a look at how much is stuck, I didn't put enough on in the first place, to be fair. So let's hold that down and press into that angle there. Oh no, my glue tabs are gone. There we are. Okay. If you do want to use double-sided, this is the place to do it. I'm just going to hold that down for a second. I'm pressing against my finger inside there, and there we go. These attach this time. So with these ones, I think the easiest way to do them is to put glue on them all, because like I say, your glue will get tacky by the time you get to it, and they will attach easier. So let's start pressing them down, because you can just keep going over them one by one, pressing into place. But of course, if you have used double-sided tape, you've just got the one go and it'll all stick. So I might show you double-sided tape on the last one actually, just to show what I mean when I say it's going to be sandwiched, so it'll be fine to use, because we don't tape as a rule. We will only use double-sided if we know we can sandwich those glue tabs in between. So let's do these ones now. And they're all starting to stick. Look, that one's just gone. Press against them. And of course we have got that extra layer to make sure that they are adhering properly. There we go. Last couple, and we will get that extra layer glued into position. So I'm going to use Leo's favourite glue this time, so I'm going to use the one without the nozzle, because she shouts at me when she's editing my videos, and she can use this, the scratchy of the nozzle. So we'll just sandwich those in between, so anything that's going to lift hasn't got a chance, because we are sandwiching them in just there. And I'm going to turn him over and give it a press from the inside. I am going to show you how to use double-sided tape with the next one, so let me just get some of that. Okay, so this is our 6mm. You can use whichever one you got, because everything's going to be covered afterwards. So we're going to put a little bit there. This is the only one we're going to cut, because we don't want to, don't use the new scissors. That's another thing she'll shout at me for. So we're just going to cut here, because we've got such an angle there, and then you bring it around, but you can just follow the curve, and it will overlap slightly here and crease, but that really does not make a difference, because like I say, once we take the tape off, the release paper off, then we can, there we go, we can straighten all of that out. So there's the one. Don't stick to my fingers, there he is. And then here's the rest. All on the one strip, so you haven't got tiny bits. And when you flatten them out, you will see that they will catch straight away. That one and the straight one, and just pop your fingers inside the from the top there, just to press against. And that is how you do it with the double-sided tape. Probably easier for that last one anyway, just because the opening is getting smaller, because you've glued the other three sides at this point. So we will put some glue on this one, ready to cover. Okay, and because we are sandwiching these glue tabs, that will be as secure as if you had used glue right through it. Just does not make a difference. We have done this on numerous occasions now. So I'm just going to press and spread that glue out from the inside. There. Okay. And that is the main part of the box done. And this is the lid. So that is your Pretty Padlock box. Now we have to decorate. Now I did say I had taken the easy way out, and I've gone with papers. So place your lid on and then attach your papers, so that you've got everything central and you know exactly where they're going to be going. So that's why I don't like to do this bit before I've constructed. Okay, so that is down nice and flat. This is from our Dusky Rose paper pad. Dusky Rose, yeah. I've got the S from Cameron there. Okay, so that one is in place, and now the back as well. Okay, a little bit of glue around there. Line it up so you get a nice, we haven't got an even border, there we go, a nice even border all the way around. Okay, now it's time to put the sides on. So you've got these lovely, just a strip, I've used the papers for this, so I will give it a little curve, again just running my thumb along the edge of that creaser just to get a little bit of a curve on the side. A little bit of glue again. Make sure you go up to the edges, just because it's a curved panel and you need it glued down. So I'll pop that on there. Bring him around and try and get that as level as you can. That's the beauty of using a wet glue as well for putting your panels on, because you can lift and move them just for a second until that glue sets. There we go. I'm happy with that one. That's the first one in position. We'll do the second one, and again just give it a little bit of encouragement to curve. That is the beauty about this paper, is you can't tell if it's got a right way, a wrong way, and upside down or not, because it is so decorative. It's beautiful. Just pop that one there. Try and get it as level as you can before you place it down. Okay, that's that one. Now you've got these little pieces here. It is a single die for this one. Now I've cut 6 of them, and I'm going to use them either side. I'm going to have to pull this one off the edge. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 for one side, and 1, 2, 3 for the other. Now you're going to want to glue these together, and they're going to go right in the center of that keyhole. So it's this die here to cut those out. So it's not the fallout from the die cut itself, it is a separate die. So if we glue 3 of these together, little glue this time, not the big glue. Okay, there's 2, and line them up as best you can. And the last one going on there. Okay, and then we're going to place that right in the center of that keyhole. So bit of glue on the back and pop that in there, because this acts as kind of a, not so much a lock-in mechanism, but it does secure your lid down. So there's one. I'm going to turn him over, do the same the other side. 1, 2, 3 of those. So remember, it is the die cut and not the fallout from this, because if you had the fallout, it's just a smidge too big. It's just that little bit too much, and you won't be able to get the keyhole over that. So we'll line that up just in there. Okay, so some more decorative pieces then. We've got this one. Now this piece here has got lovely decorative deboss on it anyway, so if you didn't want to put any other panels on that, you don't have to, but I have cut them just to show you what goes where. There's one, and the other side. Scratchy scratchy just for Leo. Okay, there's 2. And then we have these pieces here. So I've cut one for either side, and I've cut all of the layers. It's just for you to see what all of these dies do. So I've got 2 sets of these as well. So they are quite small. I'm just going to pop that to one side there. You can still see it in shot. Yeah. And we'll layer these little pieces up. I've also got this. Okay, so these will glue just on top there. is all just decoration. Like I say, you don't need them because you've got that lovely decorative deboss. Oh God, I'm so sorry. That lovely decorative deboss on there. So we will glue that on, but you can have this as well. It's always nice to have an alternative, isn't it? There are times where you should leave your phone upstairs. This is one of them. This is the second one. And then we've just got to put the decoration on there as well. Okay, so here's this one, which will go there. Silly me. Oh, you should have put them on first. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Let's lift this back up. Pretty sure I stuck these down first. Never mind. Okay, so we've got one, so we'll pop him on first. And then that covers all of that. Oh, that's better. Looks much nicer, doesn't it? Let's lift this one up as we, before my glue sets. There we go. Nice. Do as I tell you, not as I do, innit? Ah, dear, dear, dear. Okay, there's that one lifted. All right. So this is the other side of this one. We'll just pop that down. And it's the same for the other side. Just make sure you've got some nice even borders there. And that'll glue back down because it's still got the glue on it. And the same with this one. Oh man. It's been quite a while since we made these. This is the problem. And I prepped it at the same time, so I didn't have to think about it. There we go, that one's glued down, and this one. So just put your decorative layers on before the keyhole surround. That one as well, and that glues down. So these can go then just over the top of here. There's one. Okay, I'll flip him over and that will hold into position. And we can glue this one down. And the only thing that's left to do is add some decorative keys if you want them. I have cut them, but I mean you don't always need those anyway. So that is your Pretty Padlock box ready to be used. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that's given you some idea of how to put that together. Happy crafting!